Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today, I thought we focus on one ID request from Costa Rica. So we'll jump right into the group, Snake Identification Group on Facebook. And Matt posted this one from Costa Rica. So we'll take a closer look at the snake. We can see the snake has keeled, very obviously keeled scales. And of course, keeled scales mean they have this little ridge down the center of each scale that gives it this rough feeling and appearance. Some snakes have less of a keel, and some snakes have more of a keel, but this snake is very rough in appearance, and you can see those scales even on the top of the head and along the body. But if we look up here, we can make out that down the middle of the back along the spine, those scales and those keels get very rough. You can see them here, and it gives that ridged appearance to the snake, like they have a ridge of these rough scales, these keeled scales down the center of their back. And then we can look at the head. There's a prominent dark stripe, the post-ocular stripe, which means it starts from behind the eye and curves down. Very prominent here. The snake does have a scale over the eye, that ridge scale over the eye, not as prominent as in a rattlesnake or a cottonmouth, but nonetheless, that scale is there. Between the eye and the nostril is small, but then there's this big hole in the face, and that is, without a doubt, a heat-sensing organ, or a heat-sensing pit of a pit viper. So we know from these details that this is a venomous snake. And then we can see the dorsal markings along the back, these triangular. From above, the dorsal markings are diamond-shaped, but viewed from the side, they're triangles. And then these other markings down the lateral on the sides, the triangle markings connect to these smaller markings down on the side of the snake. You can see here, this one doesn't really connect, but overall, they connect to the triangle marking. So all of these features combined point to the ID of a Central American jumping pit viper. So yes, these snakes are venomous, but their venom is on the weaker side compared to some of the other venomous snakes in Costa Rica. I hate to say weak, but it could still be dangerous, of course. But bites from this snake tend to be not as severe as some of the other more dangerous pit vipers in Costa Rica, such as the lanceheads. So it's an interesting little snake. They stay very well camouflaged on the forest floor. Juveniles are known to eat lizards and insects, and then as they grow, the adults switch over to mostly rodents. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today about this species, the Central American jumping pit viper.